everyone, and welcome to this tutorial. This is the paperback I'm going to use for my mini album. I do have the album ready. I don't know if you can remember a few months ago, could be probably longer than that. I used all my chipboard, every chipboard that I saved. I was trying to use it up, and I made albums, big, small, and I made some boxes as well. This is one of the albums that I did, and this is with this pine that is inside. I do have a tutorial about this, how to make the album. I do have, is it 5 pages? Um, 2, 4, 5 pages. And the chipboard side and the front of the chipboard side as well. Now, I've marked it already. And this album is the pages, a 6 3/4 by 8 1/4. And yes, there are 5 of them. Place them in the book where you score your page and then place it in the book. I will put the link in for that tutorial that I did, how I made the pages and the album. Let's get into the nicest part. This is the ephemeris. This is my paperback. Rambling Rose. This was released in 2016. I don't know if this is still available. And this is a beautiful, beautiful paperback. I'm going to go through it. This is, all the papers that's inside. And this front is just all plain white. Now there's 2 pages of every design. And I did take them apart just to make it easier. And on the opposite side, really pretty. Opposite side, sure, that's beautiful. This is that side, and the opposite side. The roses are really pretty. And this is on the opposite side. Just going to try and get it into the frame. And that's the opposite side. Beautiful. You can cut these all out. And if you don't want to, you can use just the plain roses. This on the opposite side. Pretty, my favorite one. And that is the opposite side. Sure, this is also nice. The other side, the wood grain, and just plain wood grain on the opposite side. Butterflies. This is also nice. And on the other side. So this is what I'm going to use. And I don't want to make a noise because my camera is very close to my desktop. And this is the ephemera. Now, I'm not going to take them all out. That is, oopsie daisy. That is what is in the pack. Now, it doesn't tell you exactly how much is in. 34 pieces. 34 pieces in this pack. So it's quite a lot to use. So it's very rainy day today and overcast. I've got my light on the one side and it does give me a bit of a shadow. See if I can lift it up. It's storming season here with us. I've done some pages already that I'm going to use to start designing it. First, I'm going to see what I'm going to pick for the front, the spine, and the back. This is my first page that I'm going to do, a very easy one. This is what I mean. It is the first page is the one where the chipboard is, this side. And I've used this design, and that's got that at the back. I've cut the main page or the base page and did not measure that. And it measures 6 by 8. All that I've done is a pocket, and the pocket measures 5.5, and I scored a half at the bottom. This way it is 7.25 and score 1/2 inch on the side, just so that it can fit over your main page. On that, I did cut another piece just to fit. For that, I do have a smaller pocket. It's 5.5 by 4. Score 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Do have a little flap here. This is 2 inches. 2 inches by 4 3/8. And I just score at 1/2 inch and round the corners. And it's going to look like a type of envelope, but it's going to close with, might use a magnet. And I'm going to place this on an angle just so I can see I can fit that one on like that. And I do have this to cover the pocket that goes onto the side of an angle. I don't have anything here yet. I will wait for that to see what I'm going to put on here. I do have this left, from the page, and that's going to go into my reserve. I'm going to do this one. I've put the flap on an angle. It's okay if you go a little bit over the side there. It's okay. And what I'm going to do then, I'm going to place this, but I will butt it up so that there's no paper showing, that it looks like it's a one piece, and then it's going to come over like that. I did notch in the side there and the side there. Normally I do this first, but just to get it in the right place, I'm just going to do this side. And I'm going to fold it. Fold that one also. And I think I'm good. I'm even on this side, and I'm even there. Right. This is the first page. Now I can do this one, and we can glue that one on as well. And that's it. Now I will look in the ephemeras also to see if I got something for this. But at the moment, it's just going to have to stay. So that is a nice big pocket. And a little one. Score tape around. I will fill in with glue, and I am going to put it in. I'm going to tell you why. Normally I like to put it in, this one first and then that one, so I can level it, even it up. But these pages, there's hardly anything. It's probably 1/8 of an inch short on either side. So it's not going to make that big of a difference if I'm going to put this one first and then that one. I've done that, and there is a photo mat that can go inside. I don't want it, the glue still wet. I just don't want to push it, because you can see it is a big one. I think I'm going to have to do something about the light. See, it's so overcast and raining here. Let's go on to this page. So this is page number 2. So we're on to the next page. Let me show you what I decided to do. This is page 2A. I'm going to skip this one, and I'm going to go to page 2B and page 3A, these 2 pages. This is because of the pattern paper that I did cut by 6 by 8, and they 2 fit nicely next to each other. This was my decision. This is left from the top. I will put that aside for now. with this one. And I'm going to work on page 2B. And like I said, 6 by 8. And I do have all of this. I did mark them, so I don't get mixed up again. So easy. This one measures 5 and 5.5. Score it by 1/2 inch, and that's going to go over. So if you score that by 1/2 inch, I think this is 4.5 then. So the 5 inches side, that is the side we're going to score. So you're going to get it then 4.5 by 5.5. That's going to come in here. Now you can place it at the top, you can place it in the middle, you can place it on the side. I'm going to do mine in the middle. And this one, I am going to glue it. Just eyeball it. I'm just eyeballing, pinch, hold, and that's it. Oh, I need to clean the nose off. And open this side. And burnish. So this is that fold out onto that left-hand side. We do have the bigger one. I did not do an extra score here. I think it will be fine. So this one measures 6.25 by 8. 6.25 side, score 1/2 inch, and that's the right hand side. That's going to come over here, right hand side. Okay. I see I'm a little bit over there. It's a little bit, but it's going to bother me. I'm going to trim 1/8 of an inch. Let me show you what I've done so far. The big flap and the little one, I haven't done any papers to it. I'm going to do the next page and see what I've got left from that page. But this fold out, I did those, was an offcut, and I add that one and that one together, and I put that one on there as well. This is the solid cardstock granite from Stamping Up. I'm sure it's granite. Let me make sure. Smoky slate. Sorry. Smoky slate, not granite. On that side, I haven't done anything there. And then this was an offcut piece, and it works out perfectly for the pocket. All I've done is I glued that half, and I make sure that it's going to fit on the page with the pocket. This was from the ephemeras, and I just add some twine and make a bow. And here through the holes, I punch the holes as well. Now I'm going to put this one in, and I've got some score tape there to hold them in position because they're a little bit thick. And I think I can cut a little bit more off here. That's why I've put the twine next to each other, not on top of each other, because it is thick on this side. Glue right through, and there, not here, but a line of glue over here. And just gonna notch that. Glue, and a line of glue here. And then I'm going to place it in, and then my pocket will be ready. Done. So that opens up. Bring that back, and then the side one and the little side one. I am going to put this in the book. It's in the book. And I hope this is going to stay close. It won't bother me if it doesn't, because now you need still to put your photos on, and I don't have any closure for it, but that's not a problem. I can revisit and have a look when I've done with the album. We're going to go on to this page here, and I do have the other side. That's going to come on to page 3A. And that's page 3B. This is 6 by 8. Okay, I'm going to put the album aside because this is what I'm going to use and work with. And let me just grab the pockets, the pocket for that. Let me sort this out and I'll show you what I'm going to do. This page is the one that I was working with, and I cut it by 6 and 8. But this one works with it as beautiful, and I decided to cut these ones out and put them on foldouts. Let me show you. This one I've just did an extra score line, so you will have that. And I've just placed it, just trimmed it a little bit because some of them is bigger than what the page is. Just trim it so that it can fit. And if you want measurements, this one measures 6 3/4. I scored at 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. And it is 5 1/4 wide. So that is the first one. This one measures in the length. Let me do it this way, I can read it better. This one is 6 7/8 in the length. I scored it at 5 8 1/2 an inch. Then that is, well, it's 5 15/16, so 6 inches on this one. And I've put the flap that it's at the bottom. That flap is at the top for those two. I did not glue this yet, but look how beautiful that is. So this is the third one, and it is 6 1/2 by 6 score 1/2 inch, and then I will glue that on. And number 4, that measures 6.5, score at half by 6, exactly the same. All that I've done is the flap is on the left and flaps on the left, flaps on the right. And I'm going to put one up the top, but I'm going to leave a little bit of white there, or a pat from the pattern paper. And this one, I'm going to put them at the bottom, but I'm going to leave some showing. The one with the smaller score line, I've got the score line, the flap onto the bottom. That's going to come over. And then the one with the wider score lines, it is going to go over the top. That one is a little bit smaller than all of them. And that is how I'm going to do this. These pictures, they talk to me, and this is what I come up with, that I can showcase it the best. Let me glue this all together, and I'm going to place it in the book. Now I'm going to have to do this one. I'm going to glue that on, and let's just finish. I haven't done that. Okay, I can see it. So when you do your glue, I'm going to hook it over and on the last score line, that one. Not the first one, that one, the last score line. That is what I'm working with. So sort of making it that it's in the middle the bestest that I can. I'm going to pinch it, hold it, and make sure, yeah, on the last score line, no more score lines. And that's where I'm putting the glue, making sure I've got enough on the side there. And going at the top here, and then halfway away from the score line. It's not always easy, but you know, we do the best as we can. Bring it over and finish. I'm going to flip it and make sure it is away from the score line and there's no glue seeping through. Right, now let's get into this. Now, this one, I had the picture at the bottom here, and then I realized, oh, okay, no, that's writing, it's upside down. I need to turn it, and now the picture, that's why the picture's at the top there. So that's going to go. Then this one. Then I have this one. It's the full page. 6, the whole 6 inches. And then at that one. If I need to have a closure, and I think I need to make one because this is big and you're gonna put your photos on. It's not gonna hold it. So what I've got in mind, I do have this off cut. I don't want to take anything away from the picture. Just here in the corner, I can cut this down and I can have score lines there. And then just this little, let me do this and then I can show you when I'm done. Let me show you what I've done. I cut this down and it measures 1.5 and the length is 2 3/4. So all I did is I got the middle and I just drew a line. It's crooked, but there it is. I drew a line. And then I hold my finger and I turn this over, but I make sure that it's even or level or straight with the line. Can you see that? And and then I did this one exactly the same with the line. They're not really even there, but that's not a problem. It's such a little bit. It's probably a 16th of a 16th that is showing there. And then I do have the point. And then I score. And I score, okay, it's a 1/2 inch and then 7/8 of an inch. So I give that like an extra lift. So when you put it on, you're going to glue it on to the last score line. And I make sure I'm even here with the black. And when you finish gluing that on, then you press that back. Lift this up. The last time I've put a pen underneath it to help me to do the magnet, to hold it up a little bit, to do the magnet. Then that will stay up. Now, I found this off cut, but I'm going to wait and see if I will definitely get more off cuts. Don't really want to use this one because it's not really, maybe the writing, I don't know, I might probably use it on the back, but I'll keep this together. And I haven't done the back, but I will put this in the book. Need a paper clip. I've got it's in the book, the pages, and we can go through it. And this side here, go back, down, and then that is the closure. And this paper clip is very tight. I'm going to stuck it in there. I don't want to damage my page. Right. The next one. Let's carry on to the next one. So that is 3. That was 3A. We're going to go to 3B. And let's see what can we do with that.